Hi guys, what I've got here is a book review on Draw Manga Complete Skills by Sonia Leong. I found this book in Hobbycraft in London yesterday, and I thought it looks really good. I like these pictures and I think I can draw this. So let's see how do you draw it. 28 teaching clips to view online on YouTube. Hello. Draw Manga Complete Skills. So it's a guide, and it starts off with drawing the figures, hair, body, creating characters, settings, environments, rendering techniques. It goes into media, digital media, and then character library, historical, fantasy, science fiction, making manga, recommended materials and practices, writing and directing scenes. I mean, this is very advanced. Reading, direction, speech bubbles, publishing, printing considerations, marketing your manga, resources, and how to video web links. And I can put some of these links down in the description. But I just thought this was brilliant. And look at this cute picture. A very warm welcome to you, dear reader. If you have picked up this book, the chances are that I'm not that different from you. I've been a huge fan of manga since childhood and throughout my teenage years, watching anime on television, buying the comics and swapping them with friends. There was something about the look of manga that made it stand out from the other forms of comics and cartooning. The way it seemed so cool, so grown up, so unapologetic in its style, yet so well drawn and at times much more realistic. I felt like I could be those characters, that they looked like me and dealt with issues that I needed to deal with. I wasn't being talked down to or babied in any way. I just got swept up in the awesome stories and character designs. Yeah, that's very good. Yes, I agree. Naturally, I had a go at trying to draw my own manga, and I was awful when I started. I made all the mistakes you could possibly think of, hiding ears with hair because I was scared to draw them, tracing over images rather than coming up with my own poses or personal style, drawing a head and torso, and then running out of space at the bottom of the paper. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, so basically she knows how to draw. Good. So guys, I like this one, and I bought some Copic markers, which are, I've seen on YouTube various users colouring in manga drawings with these, and these are a bit like painting with a paintbrush. So I'm going to show you what I did when I saw this. I tried to copy it. Tell me what you think. That was my first attempt, and I didn't have black, so I used this one, and I didn't have the lilac, so I used blue. But I just I looked up on YouTube, and there's a girl on there and she shows you how to use these. So let's look through the book and see what else is on here. Drawing figures, drawing the face, other angles of the head, troublesome angles. So if you get those guidelines right, put the neck shape in. The templates are useful for gauging the size and putting everything into context. So you use them as a starting point for your sketch. Bone structure, muscles and build, folds and wrinkles. Oh yeah. So yeah, you can age the head. Oh, she's pretty. Eyelashes. Okay. And the different angles of the eyes, looking in different directions. I like this here about the way that the eyebrow can make it look. Right, if you have thicker eyebrows, it suits their personality or the rest of their appearance to add an androgynous feel. And for more on eyebrows, see expressions. The height and thickness of the eyebrow affects the viewer's impression of the same eye. Here, the top eye feels delicate, while the bottom one feels bold. Yeah, I know, yeah. Ain't it though? Okay guys, yeah, so if you have a round eye, and it looks youthful and innocent, an upward angled eye looks like a cat, sneaky. Triangular shape shows single-mindedness and a grim determination. An eye angled downwards with heavy lids gives a sleepy, laid-back vibe. And a slim and narrow eye gives a mature and calculating feel. Cool. Noses, mouths. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it even goes into ears, expressions, hair basic principles. Hair is a tricky subject at first due to its complex movable nature and the variety of ways in which it can be rendered. But all the hairstyles are derived from a few simple rules, so it's not as hard as you might think. Minimalization is key, reducing the hairstyle down to basic shapes. Most people have hair that grows out in a circular pattern or a whirl from the crown of the head. When drawing a fringe, make it obvious where it starts on the head. Think about where the hair is gathered. Grouping. Finally, try to give an impression of the overall hairstyle without drawing every single strand. Outline the key shapes and groupings. Hair naturally forms in clumps or locks of varying size and thickness with a few loose strands. Yeah. Textures. Afro, dreads, curls, curly hair, wavy hair, straight hair, and lengths of hair. And this shiny effect. Hair shading. All artists have their own style and way of doing things, but hair presents a particularly difficult challenge due to its shiny nature, unique textures, and the fact that it has formed so many individual strands. How you choose to shade and colour it is up to you. It basically comes down to figuring out how much detail you need to define in your chosen medium, as well as the strength and lighting conditions. So you need to decide where the light's coming from to give it a realistic look. Complex styling. Buns and updos. Head to body proportions, limb proportions, very important, flesh and muscles. Okay, posture. Perspective and foreshortening. Body, chibi proportions, a much loved feature of almost all forms of anime and manga artwork. Chibis are cute mini versions of normal-sized characters. Chibi means little one, or shorty in colloquial Japanese. Another way to think of it is to consider the letter C and B standing for child body, because that is in effect what you draw when creating a character in this style. Okay, chibi. Other styles, role-playing game style. Shunen style. It's Japanese for boy. It means young boys and teens. And Shuju style is girl. Okay, so let's just pick one that we like. And go for it. I say go for it. This is nice, but this is more of a painterly effect. Oh, actually, I'm going to draw this for you guys so that you can see how I use the Copic markers to create this effect. Or something similar. Okay, so you got the outline, guys. Now, rub out pencil. Very lightly. Don't be harsh. Don't rip it. Oh, I rubbed out my waterline. This is a water, guys. It's a water. Yeah. Woohoo. Okay. So she has on. First of all, we'll do her skin. And we go with the thin tip of the Copic marker because it's more like using a paintbrush. So if you go over her skin first, lightly. As if you're using a paintbrush. So if you use paintbrushes, you'll know that, you know, the paint dries out quite, when the wet gets used up, it will dry out. So if you keep going, it will just keep more of a uniform look. Okay, so. And you can go in and add more details after. Yes. So there is, you have to keep going with the Copics, because if you don't, you'll start to get streaks, and you don't want streaks. So you want to fill it in with blocks of colour. Then if you go over it a second time, you'll get a darker shade. Okay.